All right, welcome. I first of all want to apologize. I have not made an actual computer video in quite some time. I reviewed a case a while back, but it's been a while. I've been moving to Florida and I had my job and things have just been changing. So I haven't had a lot of time for, the usual going back to my roots, computer content. But I have some videos planned. Not all of them are computer related. I'm kind of feeling nostalgic and going back to some consoles. So I actually have a couple console videos, but hopefully those are enjoyable. They're still kind of in the spirit of what I've been doing, so hopefully those will be interesting. But this is one that I've had planned for about a year, but I'm just now getting around to it just because I finally have all the parts. And I've just been very slow about it. But it's going to be hopefully pretty interesting. So what the objective for today is going to be is this is my first time building a mini ITX gaming PC. So I've never built a mini ITX. I've been building computers for 10 years, a decade at this point. And I've never built a mini ITX one. It's always been for several reasons. So back when I first started building computers, ITX wasn't as popular as it is now because people wanted to prioritize having large graphics cards and large cases for all their, optical drives and things, and having a bunch of case fans and things like that. It was just, PC building was just different back then. And so mini ITX hardware was kind of more of a niche thing, and it was very expensive. And then, once I could actually afford this stuff, it was never cheap, but, it was always for other reasons. It was things that were priced out of my price range, or I wanted to have more expansion than just one PCI Express bracket. There was always a reason for it. But, I finally have all the parts, so no more excuses. I'm going to finally be building a mini ITX gaming PC. So I figured let's start by kind of going through my parts and kind of telling you a little bit about the system. So I guess to start off with, the core of a mini ITX system is going to be the motherboard. So I took a look at this motherboard a couple months ago, maybe back in May or April or something like that. This is that Chinese ITX Ryzen motherboard that I looked at. I think it was like $90 or something, or maybe 70. I don't know. It was very affordable for an ITX board. But I'm going to be using this as my main kind of platform. It has everything that we need. So feeling pretty good about that. Yeah, should be pretty interesting. Only one PCI Express bracket. It is metal reinforced, which is pretty cool. Then your I/O is going to be plentiful. And then what's actually quite nice about this system is we're actually going to be able to take advantage of our Wi-Fi capabilities. That's going to be pretty cool. So yeah, but let me get the rest of the parts and we'll show you what we're working with here. All right, so that's the motherboard. I guess we'll do CPU. So it's a Ryzen motherboard. The only Ryzen CPU that I had that was gaming ready was the 3600. That's what we're going to go with. And then I had a, I think this is called a Prism. It's a Wraith Prism. I think there's Wraith Stealth and Wraith Prism. This is the Prism. It can do RGB, I think, so that'll be cool. That's what we're gonna go with. Should be plenty to cool this thing. It's not even a 3600X. It's a 3600. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that at all. So that's our CPU, motherboard, GPU. I was not going to buy a new GPU for this video, but the one GPU that I had that was really kind of gaming ready, I had to liquidate a lot of my GPUs, so I was kind of short supplied. But I still have an RX 580, 8 gig model, so that's cool. If I could go back, if I had my choice, probably a 6700 XT, 7600 XT, something like that. something like that would probably be the best match for a 3600 for maximizing our gaming performance. But all I have is an RX 580 8 gig. That's what we're going to use. It'll prove the point, I think. I actually pulled this Wi-Fi card out of an old Dell Slim Tower that I chucked. But this will actually be able to give us Wi-Fi capabilities on our motherboard, which is cool. So I don't know what speeds this is for, but having Wi-Fi is going to be pretty nice. So that's neat. I think the last thing is power supply. I think what am I missing? Oh, RAM. I forgot the RAM. Damn it. Okay, I'll go get the RAM. Got the RAM. So I have this G-Skill Trident Z RGB stuff. It lights up with RGB. I figured it'd be kind of cool with the Prism cooler and the G-Skill Trident Z RAM. It'll be cool to make this ITX PC also like kind of RGB'd out. My normal gaming PC doesn't have any RGB in it, so being able to do that for just like a mini ITX case I think would be kind of cool. Maybe get some extra fans, throw them in there for some RGB goodness. I don't know. That'll be kind of neat. Let's see. I believe this is a 16 gig kit. Pretty positive it's a 16 gig kit. So that's cool. DDR4 3200 is DDR4 3200 16 gigs. Very, very standard. This motherboard only has 2 DIMM slots on it. And then power supply. It's some kind of Seasonic thing. 80 plus gold, 850 watts. Seasonic. Is it a Focus? It's an X series. Is it Focus? I don't know Seasonic power supplies. It's a Seasonic 80 plus gold 850 watt power supply. It's fine. It's fine. And then the case, I'm sure this is not going to come as a surprise to you, is the Thermaltake Core V1 that I reviewed a couple weeks ago. That's what we're going to be going with. Should be pretty cool to build in. You can kind of see your side panel, it's acrylic. Your acrylic side panel's on top, which is a choice, I guess. And then from the sides, it's all mesh, so you can actually see through. But the airflow on this thing, and then this is a mesh in the front. The airflow on this thing has to be amazing, I imagine. It's going to be really cool. But those are all of our parts, so why don't we get to building? So in a lot of my building videos, I normally speed up the building process and play music over it. But I'm not going to do that. I'll still play some music in the background, I guess. But I think this will be kind of a more of a chill kind of video where you can just watch me build the PC with me in real time. So we have all of our components here, so you can just watch me build it. I'm gonna build it on the floor. Don't judge me. So yeah, but yeah, there we go. That'll have to work. So yeah, and I'll put some music on and we can just talk. So yeah, I'll just kind of think out loud. I was originally wanting to do this video. I wanted to build an ITX PC for a while. I originally wanted to do this as a live stream, but I currently don't have I'm not equipped to live stream. I can live stream video games from my desktop right now. I can't live stream via a camera, so that's not an option. I'm gonna need to get some more equipment for that, like a laptop, a couple adapters, some cables. I have the capture card, but that's about it. Need to get some of that gear. All right, I have some mini screwdrivers here to help us out. Oh boy, these are small screws. All right, so let's go ahead and, well, I guess we can put the CPU in first. But yeah, so I've moved down to Florida. started my first career. Currently, it's going pretty well. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm a lot happier now than I was in college over the last 2 years. Not everything is better, but a lot of things are better. Some things were better in college, actually, but you know, things look, well, not politics, but in my personal life, things are looking more positive. So is how I'll put that. So, thankful for that. But yeah. But I've been kind of trying to get some inspiration for what new videos to make. I have a list of stuff that I've kind of been wanting to do. So that's on a list. But it's really just kind of a matter of getting the motivation and writing scripts. I do have a couple that I'm actually pretty passionate about that I'm wanting to do. But the thing about those is they take a lot of prep in terms of not just getting the actual stuff, but writing the script. And you know how some of my longer form videos, there's the adapter card right there. There's the Wi-Fi card that we're going to be putting into the motherboard. But some of my longer form videos, I make PowerPoints to kind of explain what I'm talking about. Those take a lot of time to make. So finding the time to make those is well, hard, especially with work. So, I can just say that, where's that other screw, damn it? But what I can say is, I'm sorry if it's taken a while, but be patient, and the videos will come. They will come. It might be slow, but they're coming. I'm doing the kind of Goodwill haul videos in the meantime. It's kind of a stopgap. There's that screw. Found it. I'm doing the kind of Goodwill haul videos in the meantime as kind of a stopgap to, just have some content. It's not the most exciting stuff. I am getting a little camera that will hopefully help make that content more engaging, hopefully. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Does this... I think you're supposed to take this off. I'm trying to do this Wi-Fi thing, housing. Oh boy. God, this is weird. Yeah, I mean, I guess when they sell this motherboard, they can't include a Wi-Fi chip because that would eat into the cost, but yeah, this is kind of a hassle. But yeah, no, it's the first time, I mean, other than college, which I don't know if you count college, but it's my first time being on my own. And I've kind of been going back and playing, I've always been a PC gamer, but I've been kind of going back and getting into some of my, I mean, obviously you see my Goodwill videos, and I'm a 360 guy. I've actually been going back and working on that backlog a bit. So I've been trying to get into some of those games. It's been cool. I enjoy seeing kind of what I missed out on, when I was a child and didn't have money. So being able to kind of see that and experience that for the first time is pretty cool. So I've been enjoying that whole process. It's pretty neat. All right, so that pops off. That makes sense. All right, so looks like the bottom antenna goes to the far side, and then this one is shorter, so it goes to the left side. All right, so this is not really a tutorial. This is more just build a mini ITX PC with me, I suppose. Yeah, but yeah, you have to put the card in here, and then screw it into the motherboard. It's kind of a ghetto solution, actually. But no, I've been going back and playing a lot of 360 games. I've been enjoying it. going back to my 360. I didn't play it a lot in college, but I'm glad to play it now. Even just replaying some of the old games I played when I was a kid, like Resident Evil Revelations, the first Revelations game. That's a really good one. I've been enjoying going back to that one a lot. And yeah, some new series as well, like Assassin's Creed. I finished that series on the 360, and I played Halo 3, but I'm trying to get into some of the other Halo games that I missed out on when I was a kid. So yeah, should be pretty interesting. Are these keyed? No, that doesn't look like it. Oh man, it's like brain surgery. Getting these Wi-Fi things to slot in. Come on. Wait. Is this even going to work? No, they're different sizes. What? Oh. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. I thought this would work, but this is actually too big. I don't know what to use then. Okay, all right, fine. All right, so this is going back on. All right, so that's not gonna work. Great. Okay. All right. But yeah. So the videos have been kind of on the back burner just as I've been kind of getting my footing going, things like that. But I've been, I don't want to spoil too much of what's kind of coming down the pipe, but I've been getting into some other consoles that I did not play as a kid as well. And I'm glad I can go back and play as an adult, but it definitely makes me kind of, you know, I would have enjoyed going down some other paths as a kid. I guess I can say that much. So, but it's been fun to kind of go back and kind of, knowing what you know now, examine how things used to be. And you know, I'm a very kind of sentimental and nostalgic person, so being able to go back and appreciate the past is really a big thing for me. So I've been enjoying that, and you know, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I've also been kind of catching up on some of the shows that I watched as a kid. I was actually a really big Cartoon Network kid growing up, so going back and being able to watch Foster's Home, Ed, Edd n Eddy. Remember those? Remember Foster's Home and Ed, Edd n Eddy? Yeah, I've been, I'll say that for later. Been going back and watching those and catching up on the adult humor that kind of went over my head when I was younger. So that's neat. I'll have to get a Wi-Fi card for that later. All right. Come on, dude. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with me. That's really about it. But I was what was I doing earlier? I was playing some more Resident Evil Revelations, and I was thinking about what was I thinking about? I was actually thinking about making like a YouTube channel. I mean, I actually have one that I made a while back, earlier in the year. It only has one video, and I never bothered to make more because it was just too much time, and it got no views, and I wasn't going to go through the effort anymore. But I was actually thinking about, since it would kind of be fun as a passion project, about making a separate channel where I could, if it happens one more goddamn time. But I was thinking about going back and making a separate channel that I could use to work on my 360 backlog. So like what I was thinking was make a channel and record footage off of my 360 when I like play the 360 games from my collection that like I've always wanted to play. Record them and do like I could do a bunch of stuff. I could do like playthroughs. I could do achievement guides, like for Resident Evil 5. Like I could do a platinum trophy achievement for that game. I'm a master at that. I kind of wanted to do a platinum trophy guide for Fallout New Vegas because I know that game inside out, and it's like one of the few games that I've actually platinumed. I really wanted to do one for Dead Rising. The problem is that everybody's fucking done a platinum guide for that game. So Dead Rising, probably not. Just go watch Recommended Playing. Wes did a better one than I could do. But Fallout New Vegas, I actually could do like a pretty strategic platinum trophy achievement guide for it. But the problem with that kind of approach of like that is that when you have a gameplay channel like that where you're recording all your footage and uploading it, is that it really is its own full-time thing. Like I would literally have to abandon, practically, I would have to abandon this channel in order to do that. And I don't want to. I don't want to abandon this one because I enjoy doing tech content. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna follow through with that. I don't know. I kind of like. It would be kind of nice to do gameplay of some kind. But you know, if I hate editing for doing what I already do, I'm not gonna enjoy it anymore for when I have to do gameplay. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense, I think. So I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking out loud, but the more I think about it, the more it just seems like a lot of work for not a big result. So I think probably it's going to be a no on making the gameplay channel work out, because making these videos already just takes too much time, and I just don't know. When I play games because it's fun, it's enjoyable, I like doing it, and it brings me some like peace and relaxation. And unless I'm playing Hunt Showdown, in which case it just brings me fucking rage because of my stupid teammates. But having to switch that up and do like commentary, trying to find like humorous commentary and things like that for a gameplay channel, I'll be honest, I just don't see it. I just don't see it working out. It would just feel like everything I would do at that point, like between tech and playing games, would all just be work, because like I said, I hate editing already for this channel. That's why my videos have such low production quality, is I hate editing. So they're pretty simple. They're edited very simply and very minimally, just to kind of take out dead air and stuff. I don't add a lot of effects or anything. I kind of like the content to exist on its own as much as I can. Sometimes you need stuff. Sometimes you need a little extra stuff that you have to get with editing. But I already hate doing it, and having to do it for gameplay, especially if you're doing a platinum run where you have to play through the entire game multiple times, it's just not gonna happen. Okay, why is this screw not going in? Why is this not working? Why are you not complying? Oh my god. So I don't know what that would look like if I wanted to ever do gameplay. I'm thinking maybe like live streaming, but I don't know. It just seems kind of dumb because part of the reason why I make VOD content is because I don't have to come up with a lot of stuff on the fly. I can re-record things if I need it. I can cut parts out that aren't necessarily needed. There we go. You know, I have a lot more control over the final product. I've actually streamed on Twitch in the past. It was a while ago. It was like, I think I gave it a shot 3 years ago in 2021 over the summer. I tried to stream on Twitch. And it's just not fun because you don't get viewers and then you're stuck there trying to come up with like witty commentary, and eventually like you feel like an idiot because what's happening is you are talking to nobody unless you have that one bro who will come like sit with you while you play and chat with you and keep you company. That's a bro right there. But if not, you know, that you're just kind of broadcasting to no one. A ghost streamer basically. And I just don't want to do that. I just really don't. If I'm playing games, I want to play them to relax, not because I'm trying to make interesting content for it. I want to make content that I can kind of... It speaks to my passion, and I can also kind of lend my expertise to it as well. I actually have a video that's in the... Well, I'm not going to say it's in the works. But I have a video idea that I got from watching another creator a while back. And I think it's going to be a good video because it's very educational. So that'll be cool. I think it's going to be kind of different. Well, no. You might remember I did a video on the introduction. It was an introduction video to the RISC-V instruction set. It's going to be kind of similar to that. Kind of similar. But it's going to be an educational video that I think a lot of people will appreciate, actually. I don't know. I think it's interesting, so hopefully other people do too, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at there. Oh, don't tell me I'm out of thermal paste. Come on. Okay, we got some. We might have just enough. Okay, got just enough. All right, that'll work. That will work. Okay, all right, put the cooler on. Oh God, which one? I think it's gonna be, if we put it on this way, then we can, yes. Or actually, yeah, that'll work. All right, cool. All right. Okay. But yeah, no, it's, I was kind of thinking about my YouTube journey and how far I've kind of come in terms of the content that I make and the quality of it. The quality of it, I suppose, hasn't changed all that much, if we're being completely honest here. But I was kind of just thinking about where I've kind of come from, and you know, I think it's gotten, I'm not gonna say it's gotten prettier, but it's gotten more tolerable, and I've gotten better at speaking, at least somewhat, hopefully. But latch. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah. Anyway, it's gotten hopefully somewhat more tolerable, I suppose. Anyway, but God, where was I going with that? I thought about the content I was making. Thought about how far it's come. I don't know. I guess, you know, I kind of never really knew where this whole YouTube thing was going to take me when I was making this channel. Whenever I made it or however many years ago now, it was 2018 or something. But I never really knew where we were headed. But I'm actually been pretty proud of kind of how far I've come ever since then. It's been quite the journey. So yeah, that is really pushing on that RAM. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. That is sketchy. Actually, there might be like a hair of clearance there. Oh man, maybe, yeah, there's just enough. There is just enough there. Oh, yeah, that is sketchy. That is a very sketchy amount of clearance. Yeah, I'll put that back. I'll put these all back. But yeah, no, I was thinking about kind of how things have been going, and the responses that I've gotten on a lot of these videos have been good. I remember where I was going with this. That kind of the challenge of building this whole YouTube channel. I wouldn't say I've built a community yet. I don't think I really have the numbers to say that. But the building up a YouTube channel, one of the things that was kind of hard for me was kind of finding my identity. When I first started this, you know, one of the questions that you kind of ask yourself is, I don't think this motherboard has a header for RGB, so I think it's just going to be be random colors. That's fine. One of the challenges when making a YouTube channel, for me at least, was finding my identity. You know, what kind of a channel did I want to be? I knew I wanted to be tech, but what else? What else was there? You know, did I want to be an engineering channel? There aren't many of those on YouTube, but I was in college. I'm not much of an engineer yet. I'm more of an engineering student. Okay, could I be one of those channels that talks about like being a college engineering major and talk about like the ups and downs associated with that and tips and tricks and stuff? I thought about it. I actually wanted to make some like college related YouTube content at some point. I was actually kind of considering it. I don't think we have enough USB headers for this either. Damn it. I hope the RGB will turn on. That would suck if we don't have enough space for it. But hopefully it works. But yeah, you know, I could be a college engineering student giving that kind of, you know, the advice for, you know, surviving your engineering classes and whatever the case may be. Okay, we do have enough space. That's good. But the problem is, I think I made like a few videos about that. a few videos about like my hardest engineering classes and stuff, and it just seems like number one, it wasn't really fun to make them, but I kind of realized that I don't think that kind of content is very valuable, because so if I was going to talk about college, I went to Clemson. Clemson electrical engineering screwdriver set. I went to Clemson, so if you're not going there, your engineering program is going to look different from mine. You know, oh yeah, that's another thing. Do I just talk about electrical and computer engineering, because that's what I did? Or do I talk about, you know, engineering in general, so that the mechanical engineers and industrial engineers and chemical engineers can all get some, you know, general tips as well? Because I was a learning coach and a TA for all the different engineering majors, you know, when I was going through grad school. So I know about other engineering majors. I can speak to them a little bit. I don't know specifically about their classes, but I know like what they do, and I can at least talk to them a little bit on some level of you know, knowledge. And I think that the problem with that kind of content about, you know, I don't really, you see a lot of it on TikTok, that kind of stuff about talking about like a day in the life of an engineering student, or, you know, let me talk to you about engineering classes, or here's how I got a job at Google as a software engineer making $100,000 a year, or whatever, you know, that kind of clickbait bullshit that you see that's like very common on YouTube and TikTok. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. And my issue with that stuff is that, how do I put this? My issue with that kind of content is that it's so specific that it's not useful. Now, what do I mean by that? Everyone's journey, everyone's engineering journey is going to be different. Okay, I'm starting to see how this works now. Okay, I see. Everyone's engineering journey through school and their career and all that stuff is so different, right? It's so different. So at the end of the day, are the screws in here? Yes, they are. So at the end of the day, you know, when you go to give someone advice or, you know, offer your expertise to them, you can only do so much, because everyone's approach is going to be very, very different. And so what you're kind of left with is a couple options. You basically can talk about what you did. The problem is that's what you did, and no one else is going to be able to replicate you. Or you end up giving advice that's so freaking general that it's not really helpful or useful in any way. That's my problem with that kind of content, and why I don't like it. And I think it's kind of, I don't want to, counterproductive, I guess you could say. I suppose that's a fine word for it. But yeah, that's kind of my issue with that kind of content, is I just think that it doesn't, I don't think it serves a lot of people, I guess, is my problem with it. I think that it's cool to get ideas from that, but at the end of the day, I just kind of question how useful it is to a very broad audience, right? But, you know, maybe I am wrong, and maybe there's something to be said for... Maybe there's something to be said for giving some advice that's, like, pretty kind of specialized. Maybe there's something to be said for that. I don't know. Like, for example, you know, I could talk about perhaps my journey and kind of what I did when I was going through school, but the problem is that was my journey, and it's not going to turn out the same for everybody. So, like, for example, I went to college. I did 4 internships, one of which I went out to Silicon Valley and I worked as a chip designer for 3 months at a Silicon Valley Fortune 500 company. I don't want to say the exact company for privacy reasons, but I worked out in Silicon Valley designing computer chips, and that was great. It was a great experience. But, like, what is someone going to glean from that video? Like, what value is that video going to provide somebody else is my question. I don't know. You know, talking about what I did, and to be clear, when I went through that experience, the way I got there, not many other people are going to be able to replicate what I did, because I had to do a lot of things very differently, and I had to meet a lot of people and build up a lot of connections and do a lot of research that I don't think, you know, it's not a matter of, like, no one can work as hard as me. You know, that's not what I'm saying at all. It's just that the events that unfolded that allowed me to get that internship can't really happen again just because of the passage of time, you know? So, again, it just kind of makes me question of, like, here's this thing that I did that you can never do. You know, hope it helps. I just don't think that that serves anyone. So that's kind of why I haven't done too much of that content, because just talking about myself and my, I guess you could say, successes. I don't know about that, but, you know, what I've done throughout my college career and normal career thus far, how short it has been. I just don't know how helpful it actually is to people. But I don't know. I might do it one day, maybe when I've gotten some more years under my belt and I feel like I have more to say and have more wisdom to impart to people. Maybe that's when I can try to do it again. I don't know. We'll have to see what the future brings, but I have had a lot of people coming in and out of my life, and yeah, it's been a good ride, I suppose. All right, I gotta look up the front panel connectors here. All right, let's see. I'm actually having to read the manual for this. So these are these trays here on the side. These trays, those are actually for 3.5-inch hard drives. Who knew? All right, cool. According to the manual. I want the front panel connector. Okay, there we go. No, that's not it. Damn it, where's the front panel? It's showing audio and USB, but where's the front panel connector? Oh my God. Ugh. All right, thanks Thermaltake. Thanks for not including that in your manual. Let me Google it. But that's why I haven't done a lot of, like, going to school, college content. Wow, we're at 37 minutes. Damn. Okay, and we haven't even hooked up the power supply. But that's why I haven't really done much college content. But who knows? Maybe things will change in the future. You never know. I'll never say never to anything really. So yeah. All right, let's see here. Okay, so this looks like. Okay, this looks like just a normal. It looks like just a pretty bog standard front panel connection. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so. Oh, damn it, I gotta work backwards. All right, let's see. All right, so. Oh, I need more light. Okay, so we have our front panel wires here. So I don't think polarity shouldn't matter because it's, well, for LED, the hard drive it will, but I don't care about hard drive activity. I need power switch. Okay, so that is, so that's the black, and then the power LED, and then reset goes to the blue. Okay, got it. All right, cool. All right, so, all right. So the polarities should be fine for these. Ugh, okay. One of the things I do like about this case is how it's so open. You can open the top and the sides. Oh, that's nice. And basically just work on this thing like a test bench. That's actually quite nice. So I like that. This is actually a pretty nice case to work in, all things considered. So that's cool. If I sound bad, I'm actually getting over a sickness, so you have to forgive my voice. Yeah, all right, so that's done. Got that. I got my USB 3.0 as well. And then what is this? HD audio. Okay. I mean, I'll plug it in. I'm not gonna use it, but I'll plug it in. I suppose. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be plugging in the audio. It's fine. It's fine. Don't need it. Okay. One of the, I'm noticing the problem with the mini ITX is cable management. That will be quite the challenge. So, yeah. Oof. Yeah, this will require some finagling, that's for sure. I probably should have routed those differently. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get through it. Let's just use this twist tie to we'll use the twist tie to manage those off. Okay, there we go. All right, so that will work for that. Oh, it looks ugly. That looks ugly. Yeah, you don't get a lot of space. Look at that. That does not look good. The white motherboard on the black case is also kind of a choice, I suppose. Okay. The power supply shouldn't be as bad. It's not that many cables, so that should be fine. Oh, we need to put the graphics card in as well. Come on. Why is this thing not coming out? Okay, there we go. That's kind of a cool little bracket to put on that thing to cover the cover your screws on the I/O. That's pretty neat. We'll keep it in the bag, I suppose. So yeah, but that's why I haven't done the college content so much, and because I just don't think it would be helpful for people because it's so hyper specific. But like, I just don't like looking at that when I see it on TikTok and YouTube, like how to make an amazing career as a software developer, as if they're passing it off like, here's a tutorial on how to, you know, build your career and stuff like that. It's like, everyone's journey is so different. You can't make a how-to video on it. You know, it's just not a thing. It's not very realistic. Expecting people to be able to emulate exactly what you did is not realistic. And I don't know. I've always had a problem with that kind of idealist, sensationalist content. So I have a couple tips that I would give people if they asked. For example, always do a co-op or an internship if you can. But, you know, as for how to do it or what it looks like, it really kind of just depends. You know, I thought I wanted to be a chip designer. I kind of learned that that was not probably in the cards for me in terms of being my passion. I quickly learned that other things were more my passion. Although I am thankful for that experience for sure. But yeah, I kind of, it was my dream for a while and I achieved it. I achieved it in a very roundabout way. I thought that I needed to get a master's for it. The master's certainly helped. And so yeah, but that's not going to be the case for everybody. So it's really, everyone's journey is going to be different. And it's just something that you gotta kind of accept, and you know, take some kind of very good general advice that can apply to most people, but overall, just kind of accept that the way that it works for most might not be how it works for you, but it will work eventually. And yeah, that's really kind of it. It's that's the best I got. So. It's not much, but it's what I can tell you. But you'll figure it out. Everyone eventually figures it out, and then things fall into place. And you know, sometimes it hurts, and sometimes it's hard, but that's just part of the journey, I suppose. Okay, yeah, this is becoming a lot better. Although it still is kind of. I mean, I appreciate how easy this is to work on, but you don't get a lot of space for, well, actually, that's not true. There's actually more cable space in the basement, so maybe I can just kind of tuck them down there and route them with the power supply cables. That's actually probably a better idea, just putting them in with the power supply cables. I've been kind of distracted talking while doing this build. You can see why when I normally do this, I speed it up quite a bit, because it takes me forever just because I'm always distracted when doing this. Yeah, so did I put away? No, I have them right here. Need the power supply screws. All right, so power supply going in the bottom. Which way should I put this in? Are both? Oh, well, no, there's only one way to put it in. Okay, that makes it easy. All right. What? How does this go in? Oh, I think I see. The bottom also comes off, right? Oh. Okay. Damn. you can take off everything here. Wow, that's cool. Okay, neat. Look at that. The bottom comes off too. And so I've never seen that in a case before, but on mini ITX, that actually makes a lot of sense. So then you just kind of slot that in on the bottom like that. I have the screws in, but I need to take those out. But that's actually kind of cool. That's actually like a really cool way to do that. Not convenient at all, but cool nonetheless. But yeah, no, you can take all of the sides off this thing and it just becomes so easy to work in. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Especially, you know, for the size. It's actually pretty easy to do maintenance on this thing. Most mini ITX builds are not necessarily the case for that. Yeah. Oh. So then I getting back to the discussion, I suppose, I realized that I wasn't going to do the college type of content, but again, kind of going back to finding my identity, I needed to see like what the kind of content I was interested in was. And for the longest time, I actually wasn't too sure because I was trying a bunch of stuff and none of it really kind of took off. But then I kind of started to, you know, branch into some other things, and I started to see what was doing very well in terms of viewership. And like, for example, when I did that old Dell XPS computer, I actually still have it. It's one of the few computers from back in the day that I actually still own. I'm never gonna get rid of that thing. But when I did that build, it got a lot of positive reception from people. So I was like, okay, well, that seems to be like a cool one to do. I can do that. And yeah, that was a really kind of a positive experience for me, was getting so much good reception on that video. And I think it's actually probably my, if I'm not mistaken, it's like my 3rd or 4th most viewed video on my channel. So it was obviously received quite well by the audience. And then I did, what was the other one that I did? I think it was, no, it was that, I think it was the, that really cheap Goodwill camera I got a while back, that like Kodak Easy Share camera, and people were interested in that because of that like TikTok trend that was going on. I don't know if it's still going on. Yeah, people were interested in that one too. But I tried a lot of stuff, and some of it hit, some of it didn't. But what it kind of taught me overall was, okay, we need that. This is weird. This is a very weird configuration to work with these cables. But what it taught me was to definitely try a lot of different types of content when you're making it. But also, one of the things that I've kind of distanced myself from, you guys will probably notice this, one of the things I've distanced myself from on this channel is unboxings. Now, I unboxed this case a while back just because I've actually never opened, or I've never owned a mini ITX case in my life. So owning one, you know, I figured, hey, it's my first time. I'll you know, do it this once just for the channel. And yeah, didn't do that well, but I kind of noticed that unboxing videos aren't really the best thing ever unless you're unboxing something kind of cool or rare or old. It's not really something people care about that much. Although I say that, but my most viewed video currently on this channel is that one of my first videos where I opened up a keyboard. It was like a very special, limited edition, like Varmillo keyboard that I got off of mechanicalkeyboards.com before they kind of they changed the whole website, and I don't know if you can even buy them anymore. But I opened up this like very limited edition fancy keyboard from them, and that video, I don't know why. I'll never be able to tell you why. That video took off. I think it has, last I checked, I think it has like 15,000 views or something like that. It's ridiculous. But people love that video. I don't know why it did so well. Like, were there that many people looking at that particular keyboard? Keyboard content, I'm not necessarily on my channel, but just like on YouTube and on online. Keyboard content is actually pretty good. It actually does pretty well. People are interested in it. So, yeah, I've done some keyboard content. I think I'll probably do some more, actually, because I have a couple mechanical keyboards I need to make. So, I guess I will do some more keyboard content. But it seems to do fairly well in terms of, you know, viewership and things like that. So that's cool. But yeah, all right. So let's put the bottom back on. But unboxings, man, like, not only did they not perform well, I just didn't really care about them. Like, I think what a lot of people, you probably don't realize this unless you make online content. It's very easy to get burnt out from doing it, like putting a lot of effort into a video and then having that video like get 0 views is very demoralizing. I haven't had that happen too much, but I've definitely had it happen sometimes. So it gets kind of hard after a while to get like inspiration and get excited and you know, ready to make stuff. But what was I gonna say? It's very easy short form content to do an unboxing video. The problem is, you know, if you don't care about what it is you're unboxing, it's gonna definitely reflect in the video that you make, right? So for me, I could go unbox every single thing, do a video unboxing every single little thing that I ever bought off of, you know, Amazon and Newegg and etc. I could just, every single order I buy, every little menial thing, it gets its own YouTube video. But are people gonna care? You know, is it something I'm passionate about? No, I bought an HDMI cable because I need an HDMI cable. Am I gonna spend 10 minutes opening the box, reading the manual to people for an HDMI cable? It doesn't make sense. Every single GPU, every single stick of RAM, am I gonna make videos on all of that? No, it's not reasonable. So I kind of have distanced myself away from unboxings, and I've started to kind of shift myself to longer form content. There's a video I released a while back on the PS3. I made a video talking about the PS3 and, you know, how I did not grow up with the PS3. But I was very interested in it from an engineering standpoint because I thought that the Cell CPU that was developed by IBM that was in the PS3 was really cool, and I was really interested in taking a look at it from an engineering standpoint. And I actually looked at it. I even looked at like some of the code in the instruction manual, and it was super cool. It was a really cool thing to look at. It was interesting to learn about. I had a blast. And that video, actually, it was not the best performing video on my channel, but it performed pretty damn well. You know, as far as videos on my channel go, it was quite well received by the audience, by the community. And so what that taught me was, okay, I put a lot of time and effort into making this video about something I'm interested in, and the audience actually, you know, received it very well. So I put a lot of effort into it, and it paid off because people really like it. Why don't we keep doing that? Why don't we keep doing stuff that I like and that I'm interested in? And we'll kind of go from there, and hopefully it resonates with people. So that's kind of the new channel philosophy that I am going with, is I want to do stuff that I like and that I'm passionate about, and hopefully it resonates with other people and they are able to appreciate it. Hopefully. If not, at least I was able to make a video about something that I like, and not just that, but something that I have something to say about. If I have nothing to say on something, why bother making a video on it? You know what I mean? If I have nothing to talk about, what's the point in making a YouTube video on it? There is none. There's no point. So that's kind of my take on it anyway. But if I don't have anything to say about a particular, you know, piece of technology or an event that's happening, I see no reason to bother, you know, making a video on it, because obviously it either, you know, doesn't matter to me, or I have nothing to add that hasn't already been said. You know, if I don't want to just jump on the bandwagon, I suppose. So there's just a lot to consider there. So yeah, but that's kind of my spiel. But my kind of channel philosophy that I've kind of started to embrace more and more is to make the videos that make me happy, that I enjoy working on, and that hopefully are informative and educational. And, you know, while I don't want to necessarily talk about my college experience because it's not helpful, being able to leverage any kind of engineering knowledge that I have in order to help make this type of you know, hopefully informative content, that I think is a pretty good way of doing that, I think. So that's my, I mean, that's my view on it. Maybe you agree or disagree, let me know. But that's kind of how I feel. So that's what I've been going with. And pinch myself. You know, so far I think that it's been going well. The PS3 video did very well. A couple other videos have done pretty well. I did a I actually did a couple videos on this, like, these computers. There was like a Dell and an HP, and I saved them from like this recycler that lives in my town. And I like spent a couple of videos like taking them apart and putting them back together, or just looking, like doing like a teardown video of them, right? And they performed pretty well, and it was very low effort, very kind of easy content, and it performed very well, so that made me very happy to see. So yeah. All right, let's see here. I think we're about ready to close this baby back up. I think she's pretty loaded with stuff. Yeah, this was very cramped. I could not imagine working on like in a smaller ITX case from this. This is quite small indeed, but that's what we've got right now. There's just a lot of wires in there. So oh yeah, but I think that's probably the point. I mean, you know, it's not supposed to be the roomiest or the most glamorous when it comes to cable management or what have you, but it At least it works. All right, let's get it closed back up. Yeah. So, but that's kind of my new channel philosophy, and I enjoyed it. But I guess kind of where I was going with that was part of the you know, the pro is that I'm very excited about what I'm making now, and it's stuff that interests me, and it's not just, you're not gonna see a lot of content that's just like filler, or like, you know, I did that unboxing a couple weeks ago of this case because I thought it was interesting. I never owned one of these before, right? So that's probably not the best example, but like, there's not going to be a ton of like filler content on this channel, and you know, every now and then I'll probably slip up and make a mistake or two, but that's how we learn. But it's always going to be stuff that I'm very deliberate about, I'm very passionate about, and like I said, I hate editing, so it's not going to be like the best thing ever, but hopefully it'll have some better production quality in it. This video is not going to be that, because like I said, with this video I originally wanted to do a live stream, but since I don't have the ability to live stream right now because I don't have the equipment for it, this is what we got. So this is what you're gonna get. So hopefully that's good enough. All right. All right. Let's get this thing. I need to get a power cable, and then we'll get this thing fired up shortly. I'm actually going to be kind of curious to see how it looks. I did not put, you'll notice I did not put storage in this. I'm not playing games on this right now. This is just kind of a proof of concept to show you me building the actual computer. I didn't put storage in it because I don't have anything loaded up ready right now, and it's a Ryzen 5 3600 and an RX 580. If you want to see that playing games, you can look that up on YouTube. Again, that's kind of that thing of, I have nothing to add. These components have been benchmarked to hell and back, so if you want to see how they perform, you can go see how they perform. This is just me building the actual system. So let me get a power cable and we'll turn it on. All right, got a power cable, clean things up a bit. Let's see if this will work. Hopefully it does. I've tested all these components before, so. Power on. Power button. Oh, damn. All right. Oh, okay. Looks good. Oh, and is the GPU spinning? It's not. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Well, there you go. I'm glad. So the cooler, I'm glad that it I'm glad the cooler did not need those extra cables. I suppose that's if you just want to control the lights on it. But yeah, I'm glad that that does not need. I'm glad that it does not need it. So that's cool. That's good. Good. Nice. That's really cool. So yeah, let's actually. I am legitimately curious to. I want to turn the lights off and see how this looks like in the dark. Let's actually take a look. Hold on. Let me get resituated here. All right, I turned the lights off. Let me actually turn the bathroom light off too. Hold on. All right. Oh boy, I can't really see where I'm going. All right. Okay, here's the camera. All right, let's turn this on now. Okay, that didn't work. Huh. Oh, I know why. Okay. I forgot to turn the power supply back on. Okay, I was like, whoa, I hope I didn't blow something. Okay, there we go. There we go. Is the RAM lighting up? Not yet. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. The RAM's lit up. And if we take a step back, you can kind of see, look at how it like lights up the ceiling and everything. That looks really dope. I'm kind of loving it now. I like I kind of like the case, what is it? The window being on top of the on the top. That actually kind of makes a lot of sense in terms of how it can like turn your ceiling, like it can turn like your ceiling all RGB and everything. I kind of wish I did have a RGB GPU. Oh, cool! You can see like the you can see the grid in on the wall. You see that? That's actually kind of dope. That's really sick. Yeah, this would be kind of cool in a dark room. I do wish my GPU had lights on it. That would make this thing like extra cool. That'd be really cool. So yeah, but that's what the lighting looks like in the dark. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. So that is my first mini ITX gaming PC build. I think this thing looks pretty badass, to be honest. It's not the best ITX case. I got it for, you know, 60 bucks, 70 bucks, I forget. But it actually turned out better than I thought it would. I am kind of loving like the RGB in a box. It's actually kind of a cool thing. Probably need to get some more of those little, what is those, 80mm fans or something. Probably need a better GPU that actually has some RGB on it, so yeah. But you know what? This was a really fun build process, and I'm glad that I got to kind of sit down and talk to y'all and just kind of relax and build this thing. So let me know what you think. I got more videos in the pipeline. They're gonna take some time, just kind of bear with me. But I'll see you guys next time, and I thank y'all for watching.